Hey everybody, so I do a quick video. I'm about to get to work in the shop. I got a late start. For some reason my alarm didn't go off, so I didn't wake up until late. When I say late, I mean 6:30. Just now getting out to the shop. You ever had days when it felt like you get up and go, just got up and left? That's me today. Can't seem to get my energy up and going. I've tried a cup of coffee and that didn't help, so I'm finally forcing myself out here at the shop. I've got to make some chain for a pot rack. Started on yesterday. It's almost finished. I have to make just 2 more pieces of chain and it'll be completely done. Ready to go on Craigslist for sale or gonna go on my portfolio. Not really anything new here right now. Going on. Just pretty much the same old stuff as my last video blog. I did think though I would show you the garden. To show you what we have here growing. This here is corn, of course. It's a heirloom variety called Stowell's Evergreen. It's a white corn. It's my favorite. It's very, very sweet. It's like candy. It all pretty much came up really well except this one row right here. I don't know why it didn't come up except on the very end. I think it's because of the amount of rocks that are in the garden. You can see right here, all these rocks here were raked from this half this way to the garden. So as you can see, there's a bunch of rocks in the soil. Every time I run the tiller through it, I rake right afterwards. Parts of the garden got away from us, as in the grass. I have to do a lot of tilling. Our tiller broke down. We had to take it back to the shop, and they worked on it, and then we finally got it back. And with it being right now, we're going through a really bad drought. And with that being said, I don't want to till too much, because when you till, it releases the moisture out of the soil. So I'm trying to keep the tilling down to a minimum. I'm eventually going to have to either forget this part of the garden and just keep the areas around the plants cultivated, or just let it go, period. I haven't made up my mind yet. Right there is just a row of beans. They're like a dry bean variety, soup beans. And then here we have some watermelon, cantaloupe, which I don't think are going to do much this year. It's already July. Date today, I think, is July the 5th, I think, or 6th. It's the 6th. So, when you have watermelon plants that little, I don't think they're going to really do much this year. And then we have a bunch of tomatoes. I forgot exactly how many. I think it's over 30. And then we have peppers and okra and green beans and lettuce and broccoli, and then spinach. Pretty much a lot of our plants here are heirloom. Like these green beans called Ideal Market green beans. It's an heirloom variety. The spinach back here is an heirloom variety. And then all of our tomatoes are heirloom. And the melons over here, the not so good melons, they're all heirloom. Looks like the cantaloupe's doing okay. Has some buds on it. Maybe we'll get a late crop. And then all the beans over there, heirloom. And then squash here, it's all heirloom. And then we have cucumbers over there, it's all heirloom. And the potatoes aren't at all heirloom. Just a bag of potatoes from the store. And then these are pumpkins. And it's an heirloom variety. It's really good for eating. It's an eating variety of pumpkins. They're really good from what I read. They have a really hard outer shell on them. And they're supposed to keep in a root cellar really, really well. if you have a root cellar, which at this time we don't. I got a feeling though, come fall, I'm going to have a shovel in my hand, possibly. But that's pretty much our garden. You know, it's not very, very big compared to the one, if you saw the video, Life on a Self-Sufficient Farm slideshow of pictures from where we used to live in northern Kentucky. If you saw that video, it showed our big garden. It was over an acre in size. Really, it was too big for our family. You know, we just don't really need something that big. You know, this would probably feed us for most of the year. Hold on, let me adjust this camera. There we go. That's such a close-up now. You know, that's about the size, you know, for us. You know, maybe some more green beans if you like them. I can only stand them, you know, a few times a year. So we lived in Meade County. We ate a bunch of green beans. I mean, a bunch. It got out of hand. We were picking almost a bushel a day of green beans. It was just an everyday ordeal. Go out, pick first thing in the morning, go pick green beans right after milking. But we're hoping to start here. Here's our greenhouse. Here are the aluminum poles in the back. We hope to start on that here soon. But right now the ground, like I said, from the drought, the ground is so dry that it's like concrete. Here, you know, the ground is mostly clay, so it makes it really hard when it's dry. And then here, some really nice stuff. This is a tea. If you're not familiar with organic gardening, this bag here has chicken manure, and then it's soaked in water, and it's called chicken tea. And you take that tea and you put it in a watering can like that, and in this kind of heat today, it's supposed to get up to 106 degrees. In this heat, you don't want to put the tea directly on the plants because you'll burn them up. At least with this chicken tea, you know, it's so high in nitrogen. So what I do is in the evenings, I always apply the tea in the evenings. That way, overnight, the plants can absorb the nitrogen. And then when the sun gets on them, it's not going to burn them up. So I put the tea down at the base of the plants, you know, down here near the root system. And hold on, this camera. You know, it lets the plants absorb, you know, the nitrogen. And it's doing really good. You know, this corn isn't very tall for this time of year. I got a little bit of a late start on it compared to other farmers, you know, around us. They've already, you know, they're almost ready to harvest. But again, that's GMO corn, and they put God knows what kind of fertilizer in it. I mean, no telling what it was that made it grow so fast. I mean, come on, it's July and they're about to harvest corn. That's not right. You know, and you know, this heirloom variety, it grows slower. So, you know, it may be a late harvest, but at least I know what I'm eating. And the same with the rest of it. So, and I remember talking about the Hoss wood furnace. It's still not hooked up. We worked so hard on it last winter. The only thing we have to do to it is hook up the thermostat into the house, but you know, it's 106 degrees outside, so we don't really need a wood furnace going. And eventually we'd like to get, you know, the furnace part hooked up to the shop. This is the coil system right here. It looks like a radiator from a car, but what it does, the way it works, let me set up the tripod. And also, you'll notice I don't have a good editing software or app on my tablet yet, so the edits, I don't have any editing going on, so I'm trying to make this as good as I can. The way this works is the hot water if I remember correctly, the hot water goes in through this jacket here, and it passes back and forth, and then the cold water goes back out and goes back to the stove to be reheated. Then behind here we have a fan. Come around here because it's really heavy and I don't want to take a chance on breaking it. Right here's a fan. It's just a big, like a greenhouse fan you buy from. We bought this one from TSC, and it just forces the air through. Now, when we sold one of these in our heating system, one of these coils in our heating system in the house. And with that system, when you do that, you hook it up to a heat exchanger, your heat exchanger inside, the unit itself. So you don't have to have a fan for that. So, anyways, I don't know how I got off talking about that. But, the shop's kind of a mess right now. It's Friday. The shop's usually a little messy on Fridays because I spend the end of Friday cleaning shop. But I have started on the power hammer project. You can see right there, there's the anvil post, and I ground a welding groove on it. And right now, I got to put a new battery in the drill there and drill mounting holes in the corner so I can mount the hammer itself down to the floor. And then there we have in the background the mast or the backbone of the hammer itself. I have to, after I drill the holes down onto the plate, I have to weld that onto that plate right there. And that'll be a fairly fun job because I've got to take it really slow, and if I do it too much, weld too much too fast, then that plate will warp. And if it does, it's worthless, and it means over 100 and some odd mile trip to the metal supplier and back for that one piece of metal. So I got to be really careful of what I'm doing there. So that's pretty much it around here. Everything's same old. Haven't made $1 million yet. I doubt seriously that ever happens. There's trouble. Yeah, cat. I named her right. Trouble. That dumb cat jumped up on my forge with the fire going and almost caught her tail on fire. Well, y'all, I am going to get the forge going and make that last bit of chain for that pot rack. I'll put a picture of it on my blog, the finished pot rack, after I get it all polished up, shined up, and get some good pictures of it, which should be, I don't know, I'll get around to taking the pictures and stuff maybe first to mid next week, hopefully. So, and also, I hope y'all had a good 4th of July. I tried to upload pictures of what I did on the 4th. And basically what we did is we went into a fireworks show down the road. And went down there. They had some pretty good fireworks. But like I said, for some reason this app wouldn't let me upload all the pictures I wanted, so I just didn't fool with it anymore. I was tired, didn't feel like messing with it. But hopefully in this case with the pot rack I'll be able to do it. So anyways, well, I won't get to work before it gets to 100 degrees. It's already 90 something in here. So see y'all later. Bye.